This has been sitting in the bottom of my wash pile for like a week, and it's like
that's fucking
smooth.
epic.
Yeah.
And you shaved, so you look particularly young today.
He does.
I look very submissive and breedable.
Yeah, you look like you straight up look like you're 20 right now with the comb over and the white shirt and
even
the
younger
no
than
facial
that.
hair. No,
Like,
yeah, you look like 16.
Even younger. Like if Kudos doesn't talk, he looks like he's like 13.
Even
like,
younger, dude. He looks like he was just born.
That's beef, babe.
On March 18th, 2021, the boys of the Beef set out on an epic QNA quest to increase cholesterol in the hearts of the masses with one goal in mind. Reach 1,000 subscribers. Now that their quest is complete, they retire to a log cabin and do what every successful YouTuber does when they've reached the top. A really self-indulgent Q&A.
Oh, I'm about to beef.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the rest of your life.
Welcome to
Special
Beef by
episode
Daylight.
of the Beefboys.
We hit 1,000. Well, okay, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're recording this now. In the off chance, not the off chance. I'm sure we'll hit it, but it's a celebration. You fucking bitch.
That's why we all dressed up nicely.
Yeah, we're gonna be answering Reddit questions. We all got little drinky poos.
We do
got
all
myself
got
a
drinky
nice
poos.
Crown and Coke in a wine glass. Got my pinky out.
I ingested an edible because
strong.
I don't have alcohol.
I don't have alcohol
So,
because I have to work.
I got
so
drinky poo.
Imagine I'm
Just
drinking.
you and I, Andrew.
It's literally just
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah, Kudos has to go to Bible study after this.
Yeah, it is Sunday here. I do actually have
We've
to
got
go to
fourth
church
period.
at 6:30. I go to the
He's
evening
actually
services.
showing up to my sermon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be the first
Oh
one.
yeah. No, we're not doing that tonight.
No, we're not doing that.
But we're doing, as a
No.
little celebration, we're going to catch up on all the Reddit questions that we've been
We're
neglecting.
answering every question we haven't
Yeah.
answered so far.
There's a
on the,
chunk
on
of
the
them.
subreddit.
You guys
There's-
have been
there's a
asking a lot of questions, which
Yeah, not only that, the
arguably
memes
too
are
many.
fucking. The memes are so good. Like,
Yeah.
for only having like 60 people on the subreddit r/the Beefboys, if you want to join, some of the memes that go on there fucking kill me. So,
there's
many
solid
kudos to you all. Who's the nerd that's actually gonna go on the Reddit?
I already got it pulled up, actually.
I'm already here as
so-
well.
Doplex is the
Nice.
nerd.
Starting with a question by Duck Bets. What Saw trap do you think you could escape? I've seen none of the Saw movies, so you guys are
I
going to have
haven't
to help me with this
either.
one.
They annoy me
I-
on principle.
Yeah, I don't
hate
really,
the
I don't really
Saw
like those
movies.
kind of movies. Sorry.
Wait,
Next
that we
question.
Think we can
Fuck
escape?
you.
Yes.
No, wait, Doplex. Doplex, you probably like the Saw movies.
I've seen most of them, but like
He loves
forever ago, and I don't remember them a whole lot.
Yeah.
That movie used to fucking terrify me. But like, really, the only one that stuck in my head was like the fat dude who has to like crawl through the barbed wire, and I think there's like salt involved.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a thing or if I'm making that up, but probably not that one. So to be honest, I don't know. I'm a weak man. I'd probably die at any of them. To be honest with you.
Literally the only Saw trap I can remember from, I probably saw a couple of them in like middle school, but it's like this dude's head is in a box and it starts filling up with water and he has to stab himself in the throat to make like an airway for himself or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's
What's
like-
that called? Like a because you do it to people when they're like,
Trachea.
yeah, you have to do it to
tracheotomy.
yourself.
Yeah. I always hated those movies because the principal is like, hey, you're a bad guy, so like you farted on your mom last night, so now I'm gonna make you try to kill yourself. It's like,
I think
what
the
what
problem-
morality is that? That's not convincing
Yeah.
at all.
The problem I have with it is the same with a lot of horror movies. I am not super big into like needless gore, and second, the crimes that the people committed in Saw never seem that awful. Like if they were like, this is a convicted pedophile, and he has to like saw his own arm off and fucking like fall through barbed wire. I'd be
That
like,
should be the
well, that'd be
premise.
kind of epic, but it's always just like you don't
Yeah.
respect your family enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
didn't give the setup like anything convincing at all. It could have been way, I don't know.
Like if
I
you got
think
the
the-
pedophile from what's the Lovely Bones? If you put him in a Saw trap, I'd be like, yo, this kind of epic.
that movie fucked me up.
well,
bro.
then the
Yes, that'd
opposite
be
problem
awesome.
you have is you just be rooting for the guy setting up all the traps. You'd be like, yeah. Get the
that would be an
pedophile.
interesting concept, though.
Yeah,
that'd be
exactly.
an
more.
interesting
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
That's the same- it's the same thing
for
with,
the,
like,
the antagonist.
old slasher movies. Like, I know the point is like it's these vapid teenagers going to a wood, like a log
Yeah.
cabin and getting butchered, and it's like, oh, they're all kind of assholes, so you feel good about them getting killed. But I'm like, even if they're assholes, they still don't really like deserve to die. I think it's probably
Yeah.
a lot of horror movies.
Their
It's
head
like
ripped off.
they're never quite.
Joey, I don't
evil
want to
enough
suck
to
your dick tonight. And then she
Killed.
And then she dies 5 minutes later. It's
Yeah.
like, yes, stupid bitch.
Yes.
Should have sucked his dick.
Die.
But on the flip
You know,
side,
I think-
like gore in like Game of Thrones or something, in like a cool battle scene, if someone gets fucking beheaded, you're like, yes,
Fuck yeah.
yes.
That's kind of epic. That's kind of epic.
So gore
Have
can
you guys
be
played
cool.
Until Dawn?
I
Have you
have.
guys played Until Dawn?
No.
That game is sick.
I like that game a lot.
It literally, yeah, it does that horror movie, like teen horror movie trope, but it does it well, and I think it does it better than most movies.
Yeah, sure.
I never really
concept's
cared for
fun.
that genre of like, oh, Ashley, let's go make out behind this tree, but there's like some dude like
In the
jacking
tree.
off with like a machete.
Yeah. I will say I liked Cabin in the Woods because it like put a spin on that, you know, like because that was pretty much still like goring up teenagers, but there was like an interesting
They're
twist.
all
that made
in
the
a
whole
game
movie.
show.
Yeah.
Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Doesn't the like whole forest open up and it's a huge machine or some shit at the end?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't remember.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
definitely
The
haven't seen
concept
that.
is that like they have to like satisfy this like ancient demon type beat, and the way they
to
do
make it
that is
calm.
they have to
Satisfy.
they have to like kill a series of like teenagers in a specific way. So it has to be like the jock dies, then the cheerleader dies, then the nerd dies, or what. It has to happen like in order. And they've got like this like they make this cabin in the woods, and they have all these monsters and like cursed objects and shit that they try and kill them with. And it's just an interesting twist on it because there's just these guys in lab coats like watching them on security cameras, like, oh shit, they outsmarted that trap. Like we have to do the next one, and it's it's a really good.
Oh, it's
twist
like
on
how
it.
can we bait like the big beef head into like dying
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
that's
they're
interesting.
doing it to like satisfy this like ancient like demonic evil. Because if they
It's
don't do it,
actually,
then it'll like burst out and yeah.
Fun fact, it's actually Keemstar's favorite movie.
Yo, so that's a recommendation.
Cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you,
Kudos didn't get it at first. That's so good.
That's a
Andrew.
reference.
Take another shot.
All right, let's move on to the next question. This one is from I don't know. It's just letters. WKER 114.
That sounds like a
okay.
radio station.
Yeah.
WKER 144.
He asks, "What's your YouTube guilty pleasure?" Vine compilations, Family Guy funny moments number 14, Creed music videos played over Dragon Ball Z fight scenes, anything like that.
Fuck.
I like this question a lot.
I like.
because
I
I feel
feel
like
too.
all I
this is a good
consume
question.
on YouTube these days are my guilty pleasures. So yeah, let's please take the floor, my boys.
Mine lately has been, it's the dumbest thing, just like on the YouTube shorts. It's just ripped from TikTok most of the time, but just people in fast food restaurants showing how they make burgers. Like it'll be like how they make a Big Mac
so
at Burger
specific.
King, and it's just like the burger guy, because then they've got like all the tech, they've got like the squirt gun and the fucking all the trays, and it's just
Right,
like first you
yeah.
put this here, and then this goes here, and then this goes on here, and then you fold it over, and then it's done. And I'm like, I don't know why, that's just really interesting. Even like I
Do they
watched-
open?
Yeah.
Do they open the video with?
Yo, cuz, I'm gonna show you how to shout.
I wish they did.
So my YouTube guilty pleasures, boys. I got a lot of them.
As
all right.
boys?
So for starters, we talked about this the other day, but Lofty Pursuits. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
This
I love
this
that shit.
dude
Oh.
in this like old timey candy shop in Tallahassee, Florida. and he
Tallahassee,
basically
Florida.
he just shows how they make old timey candy on like these old timey fucking like Victorian era candy
Yeah.
rollers. And it's like the most satisfying thing ever. Like the dude, he like narrates over top, and it's just very satisfying. I actually ordered some of his candy, and that shit.
Yo.
I was-
that
yeah.
shit slaps. It's
What'd
really
you-
good.
Really?
What'd you get?
I got the so they made a candy that's like it's supposed to look like Tide Pods, and they call it forbidden fruit. They made it years ago when like that whole thing was happening, and like that shit is so fucking good.
That is
I like how they're
probably the
still
most
doing it.
brilliant marketing thing I've seen from candy people
Yeah.
recently is, yeah, we'll just make Tide
Edible
Pods.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, fuck it.
exactly.
bad optics,
Fuck it.
but God, it tastes good.
Right.
And that channel's great because they'll make this old like boiled candy shit, or they'll do the stuff where it's like a little cylinder candy. I don't know what they're called, but they've got like a little design in it, and it starts out as a log,
little
like
image candies.
yeah, that starts with a log like the fucking size of like an actual tree trunk, and then they make the design, and then they like extrude it out until it's like this big, and there's like a tiny strawberry in it or whatever. It's really cool.
That shit, it's the most mind-blowing thing ever because you see him building the design with like pieces that are like bricks.
Yeah,
and like,
it's like,
it doesn't look anything like what it's gonna be, and then when he stretches it, then it's like a perfect little cappuccino with a little steam coming out of it. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
I love,
it's so
I love
cool.
That's
that
so
shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check out that channel.
It's
Mine
100 kisses. Go watch.
Mine is. Wait, you say 100 kisses?
Yeah, 100 kisses to the YouTube
Oh,
channel. It's
I was
great.
like-
It's, you know,
I thought you guys moved on to
Yeah.
another channel, and I just fucking zoned. I was like,
100
what the
Kisses,
fuck?
my
I
favorite.
like watching
channel.
100 kisses.
That's actually who
It's the
Doplex
100
works
Thieves
for.
spin-off.
Yeah, it's the dating component to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just
So-
nothing but kisses.
I thought of mine. I've been watching it for like a month now. I've just been watching a shit ton of Conan, just like Conan clips and shit, because I like
Yes.
Conan and he went off the air recently. But
Yeah.
specifically, like I've been watching everything, but specifically I'll get really fucking cooked and just go sit out on my couch and watch like all night, watch like really old Conan when it was still like 4:3 and he was like on his original set. It's like the late 90s and like
Yeah.
early 2000s, and it's like it's just so cool to watch a late night show from like 20 years ago or before I was born, because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking John Goodman's having sex with, you know, Kirstie
Yeah.
Alley. What? And it's like, wow, that's so interesting. But then it's like, this is 1996. I'm not even like a meat sack in my mom's eye yet. And this is interesting. It's like, I don't know. It's really weird, especially when you're fucking high.
Yeah.
But
No, totally.
Can I just say, I
totally
can't
feel
even
that.
imagine James having a lounge with a couch. I just imagine your room and then it just opens out to like the street or something.
Does he live on a TV set?
Yeah, I can't
that's-
picture the rest of where you live.
yeah.
It's a fair point. He sent me a Snapchat of him watching Star Wars from the couch, and I did like a double take. I was like, what? There's more? A new setting?
Well,
You know
because you
The
guys all
Simpsons
sent
how there's
videos
the
of your
rumpus
apartments
room?
to each other, and I never did that.
Oh yeah, you need to do that. Yeah, so in
Yeah.
The Simpsons had
Yeah,
the
we
rumpus
need a
room, which
tour.
is in like one episode. That's gonna happen one day. James is gonna be
Yeah.
like in a different room, and we'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
It's
this is my
attic
rumpus
with
room.
Bodies up there.
It's my
This
chumpus
is
room.
Conan.
Andrew,
think
what's yours? I don't have any
My
more,
guilty
James.
Yeah,
pleasure, I don't watch guilty pleasure stuff too much unless I'm like, I have nothing else to watch. But recently, James was here when I started watching through multiple car crash stuff. Like
Oh, those
compilations.
are good.
Like fucking live leak shit? Is that
No,
No, not
my
that
guilty
one.
pleasure is
Not-
watching people die.
watching
It's
people
the-
no, just like idiots, idiots in cars compilation number 537.
Yeah.
I-
It's
it
such
just
a
makes me
boomer
laugh.
thing to watch because it's like every
Dude,
time I go to my dad's, he's like, "Watch this." And he puts on like videos of cars just crashing into each other, and he'll be like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! Look at that!" And I'm like, "Sweet dad." But yeah,
one time-
it is fun to watch though.
Yeah.
One time
Thanks, Dad.
my uncle came over for like Thanksgiving, and we were playing basketball outside on like the concrete, and I remember like I stuffed my sister, like I fucking blocked her shot mad hard, and my uncle was like, "Andrew, you're a fucking weirdo. Don't fucking do that." Come on. I blocked my sister's shot real hard, and my uncle was like, because she was like 6 and I was like 9 or 10, and my uncle was like, bruh. So like he started playing defense on me, and then he just like body checked me, and I ate shit and like cut my arms and legs up, and like kind of didn't address it because he's kind of like a butch dude from the army or whatever. So I just went in my room and just like hid, because you're like 9 and you're embarrassed because you just got hurt and like
Yeah.
don't want to cry in front of people or shit.
Yeah.
And then instead of coming to
I'm not a
apologize,
pussy.
he came to my room like 15 minutes later and was like, "Hey, look at this." And it was like 2011, and he showed me a video on his like iPhone 1 of a Russian crane falling off a building and crushing like 20 people. and I was like,
this out.
dude, what the fuck? Get out, please. It's like the first time I ever saw someone die. It was terrible.
Your
That's
uncle
fucking
just like,
awesome.
that's what I did to you on the court, bitch.
And I think it was supposed to be like a
man,
macho
stop.
makeup moment, and I was like, you just fucking ruined my life.
Was
He
he
walks
like,
in,
"Hey,
starts showing you ISIS beheading videos.
He's like, "You think
Check
this is
this
bad?
out."
Check this out."
At least I didn't do
You had
this to you,
someone in
idiot.
front of
Yeah. So anyway, that's James's guilty pleasure, watching Russian people get crushed by cranes.
Yeah. Well, no, that's Andrew's guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Yes.
He likes, he's the one that likes watching people die.
Dude, those videos, we were watching them together, and it was straight up like, it was totally a bot that was putting them together because the cuts and the timing of everything made no sense. And they leave, like, straight up, it was one of those bots that trolls Reddit, rips like 20 posts in a row, like
yeah.
videos, and puts them together and uploads it. It was the weirdest shit. I hated it.
Yeah, that
God,
sucks.
that reminds me, like, I remember being like a kid and like downloading shit off LimeWire, and it was always like something that it wasn't what you were downloading. Like, you're like,
Yeah.
I want to watch a Family Guy full episode, and then I remember I was trying to do that once, and I downloaded this video that was like these group of like Russian kids, and they were walking through a forest, and they found this like dead chick, and they like started cutting off her ear, and it was like the weirdest fucking
Jesus.
video.
The
I
fuck?
was like, what am I watching? I wanted to watch Family Guy.
What the fuck?
That was Family Guy. It was like
What
when
the
they
hell,
started
Lois?
getting
Time
experimental.
that,
Imagine if they had dubbed it
worse
with
than that
that.
time I
This is worse
I
than the time I
mutilated
cut
a
a woman's
body.
ear off in Russia.
Fucking sweet.
anyway.
Next question.
Have you ever been too stoned?
Oh, I love
Yes.
this question.
See, you see why I
James,
wanted
go
to ask
first.
this.
That's a great question. James, go first. Please,
Okay.
Daddy, go first.
So, like, I think it's like 2 years ago, my buddy, me, my other friend, and his girlfriend all like went in on a bunch of weed. I think we all threw in like $25, so we got like $100 worth of weed. And then my friend, who had been smoking for a very long time and was super like into fucking weed shit, turned it into butter. And then we made homemade edibles out of $100 worth of weed. And then fucking I had a couple. They weren't hitting. It was like an hour and a half later, so I had a couple more, and then I was just like, fuck it, might as well make it a day. So I just like had a more on top of that. And my friend told me that by the end of it I had like 300 milligrams, and I had never smoked or eaten weed ever before that.
Jesus Christ.
And like a normal edible is like 25 milligrams. So
Right.
He's a bit over the limit, isn't he?
I started getting
Yeah, a little
really,
bit of weed.
really cooking. And my heart started going crazy, and I started panicking, so I had to lay down, and I laid down, hands and legs spread wide on my carpet, while everyone else was just like chilling, watching Netflix.
Just
And-
starfishing on the floor.
Dude, I swear to God, I disconnected from my body and like went into third person, and I started playing the game where like you have to do surgery on something, and if you touch the edges, it
Operation.
buzzes. Yeah,
Operation.
I started playing Operation on my disembodied body, my no soul body with
That's
my
a
soul.
spirit quest.
And like if I would zap myself, I would like fucking slam my hand on the ground or some shit like but it was like I wasn't doing that. It was my body was doing that while I was
Yeah.
outside doing another thing. And
You were
then
astral projecting.
yeah, exactly.
Playing Operation.
He went to the next dimension.
And then after that, I think me and my friend Jordan watched it was like right when Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave came out, like the first season, like 2 or 3 years ago. And we watched through all of that for, it was like 6 hours straight, and it was like the funniest thing ever. And then I was high. I was high, uncomfortably high for like 2 days, and it was the worst feeling
Jesus.
fucking
That's
ever.
I hate
terrible.
that.
Well, your first mistake was doing edibles.
Yeah.
I know you're a fan of edibles, but I fucking hate
now.
them for that reason. They
Yeah.
put you so far over the limit, and you can't control it because it's like it's in your system, it's in your you know, it's
Your
it's a
little tongue.
completely different.
No, yeah, edibles
Yeah.
are not fucking cool, especially if you're not used to them.
No.
Like, you have to get through a whole phase of panic attack for like an hour to get to the good shit, and then it's
Yeah.
good for like an hour, and then you feel like shit for like 2 days.
See, I
So,
kind of the
yeah.
opposite.
Not worth it.
That's how I feel when I smoke, but when I have edibles, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Like,
Really?
I have the opposite
Interesting.
for some reason.
I mean, I don't really like smoking either, but
I just 'cause
fucking, I don't know. Edibles
Yeah.
do my heart in.
I don't smoke very often, just because it's not like something I do. But when
Yeah.
I have, it's like because I don't smoke anything. I don't smoke cigarettes or vape or anything. So the
Yeah,
sensation of smoke in my throat and lungs just feels so unnatural and like uncomfortable.
Nah, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And then I always like end up coughing, which I know is like, you know, even veteran weed smokers cough a lot, but it's just like, well, this is my story. I guess I'm a pretty lightweight when it comes to weed as a result. And there's a few years ago where I was smoking for the first time in years, and back in the day some real hardcore stoners told me that the pro strat is you suck in as much as you can and you hold it in your lungs for as long as you can and then you exhale, which is probably the best way to get the best bang for your buck. But when you're not used to it, it's like that was essentially what James did, taking 6 edibles at once. It's like, well, I'm gonna just fucking absolutely launch myself into the sun. And then I coughed a shitload because of course, and then that bursts like blood vessels in your throat and lungs, so then it absorbs like even more.
Really?
So that's what I was told. I don't know if that's true.
That's cool.
Oh.
That's probably
I
true.
didn't know that.
I believe it.
He said it with conviction. I believe him.
Yeah.
But that happened. We've been playing some games that were just like someone put a joint and I was like, oh, I'll have a little bit. And just started fucking coughing, and then I was like just sitting on the couch, like literally pale, just being like, man, this sucks fucking ass, man. I hate this.
Yeah.
Like, and just that thing where just everything's like zoning out, and then every now and then someone will be like, you okay? And you're just like,
yeah.
like you sort of like snap back, and then
Mommy.
Thankfully I had a ride home with someone, and they were very like nice about it. We took the elevator downstairs, and then the elevator was like, I'm gonna throw up, and I fucking had to sprint out the fucking elevator once we got to the ground floor, run out to the street and fucking chuck like into the gutter. It was very, very, very tragic. And then I think I just
the thing about weed is you can't escape it. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I can compose myself almost no matter, unless I've blacked out, I can compose myself like pretty fucking well. And even if I'm really drunk, maybe it's an illusion, but if I throw up, I instantly feel like incredible
you
again.
can throw up, you can eat food, you can
weed
like drink water.
Ride. Yeah, you have no other fucking choice, and your mouth is always dry. And if I smoke, I always cough my fucking throat like raw, and it hurts to like breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the fucking worst.
Yeah. So after that, I got taken home the entire ride. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like every turn, you're like, oh. And then I went home and just lay on my bed and like looked at the fucking ceiling and tried to close my eyes, and then just saw like fucking shapes and awful shit. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks. So that's probably the worst.
I have like a 3-step process to know, because whenever I get offered, I'll be like, yeah, and I generally take about 1 hit or something, because I don't smoke very often, and that's pretty much enough to do it.
That's my new policy.
Yeah, I know
take exceptionally little.
I know it's about to hit because there's 3 steps that happen in order every time, and the first one is I feel
prolapse
right in my forehead and my eyes. I can feel it like get a little heavy. And then the second one is I start becoming paranoid that I'm talking too loud. And I'll be like, am I yelling? And so I'll be like, no, you're speaking fine. And then the third one,
I saw it in person, he yodels.
Yeah, uncontrollable yodeling.
Hey, Walmart kid.
I'm out on
number 4.
Is that how you yodel?
I start
number 4, commit agave on the beach.
No, that's me.
The third one is I start thinking I didn't say something. Like, I have a paragraph that I said, and in my head, I'm like, did I say part of this only in my brain? So then I'm asking, did I say this? Am I speaking too loud? And then I just force myself to shut up because I know I'm being annoying. So I sit there and I just deal with myself being high. Yeah. That's the order. I think the highest I've ever been was one of the first times I smoked, and I came back with 2 friends, and we were the guy driving was like
don't do
parallel parking, backing into something.
Cody, can we
It's the funniest way to say that. You're like, oh, don't do that.
Well, the guy driving did it a lot.
No, you had your hand out like a Nazi salute.
Were you cruising around with Hitler?
Oh, gotcha. I did not at all pick up. I thought you were saying.
You were going like this.
I did not at all pick up on that. I thought you meant don't smoke and drive. Anyway, so he's backing up, like parallel parking, and my friend, who's his girlfriend, who is in the passenger seat, like made an offhand comment of, I don't think you're going to be able to fit in this space. And my brain immediately went to, yeah, because we're in said person's van.
Ooh.
Well,
nobody.
The prophet? Yo, Saya?
God, you really did grow up in a Christian community, didn't you?
Blue waffle?
Me and Jebediah?
He backs up in there.
Jebediah.
He backs up in there. I get out. I close the door. and I walk
Me and my
forward, and
boy
then I turn
Ezekiel.
around to see them walking, and I do like what would normally be a double take, but because I'm high, I do like 5.
Yeah.
Staring at what is very clearly the girlfriend's car, and I was like, I could have sworn we were in
The
his van.
girlfriend.
What just happened? I thought we were in a van because she said, we're not going to have enough space. And then they went, what? And I went, I thought we were in a van. And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. And then I went inside and didn't talk.
Well, that's
definitely
my
when you know you're
talking for
over
the
one
night.
Yeah. That just reminded me of like one of the dumbest things I've ever done, the driving high thing. I've never done it because that's illegal and dumb.
Nah, fuck that shit. Don't do that.
Yeah, seriously, don't. When we were like teenagers, we used to go to this place just out of town. It was probably like 30 minutes out of town. It was this little kind of glen where you could just chill, and there was like a nice stream and everything. So we'd go out there and smoke. I didn't do it often, but
We'd go every day.
yeah, twice a week. But we just had legal highs because we were like, that was the easiest thing to get. Which, awful idea.
What's
also,
that?
Yep, like legal highs, like K2 and shit, like the fucking awful weed substitutes that like rot people's brains.
Isn't that the shit? Yeah, isn't that the shit that like literally takes away brain cells?
Yeah, no, don't ever fucking. Thankfully, we only did 1 or 2 like once, and they
Thank
were pretty.
God.
They were either average or really awful experiences. So like, I never felt inclined to do them. But I know people who got fucked up on K2, which is really
Bro,
sad.
you could be like Einstein right now if you didn't do that. Maybe
yeah,
you know?
that could be.
Maybe it
helpful.
just like took the. It took like the one key out of the door in your brain that
could be.
good. Like it didn't fuck
this
you
ain't
up,
so
but
bad.
it took away the opportunity to become fucking Stephen Hawking too.
Just good enough to be
True.
funny on YouTube. What up,
I'll
lads?
take that. I want to do
Well,
like
I
a
feel
little
like
bit
you
more
need
now to
a-
see if I could be really funny on YouTube. But it was the stuff we did this one time. We did this stuff called FTP, which is that's how you know it's cool. And
Fuck that pussy.
445.
I think there was literally. I remember the packet literally had like a list of everything like FTP could stand for, and that was probably one of them. It was very cool. But yeah, everyone smoked it. I don't remember how it felt. It was just kind of like all those like legal highs. You just feel different, but not like good. It's just like, damn, my consciousness kind of different now, but not in like an interesting or like engaging way. But we did, including the driver did it, and then we drove home and it was dark. And I don't know if this was my brain on this stuff or this was what was actually happening, but it seemed like she was drifting over the center line, and I had to I was in the passenger seat, and I had to like put my hand on the thing and like pull it back over gently. And looking back on it, it's like we could have been in a crash. I could have overcorrected or something and fucking steered us off the road. Like there was so much that and this was like in the country, so it was like 100k an hour roads. It wasn't like in town. It was like people were going. Oncoming cars were going quick. Like this could have been a fucking awful ending. But obviously nothing happened. We got to the town nearby, and the cops pulled us over, and we were like, "Fuck!"
What the fuck?
But then, like, just I don't know, just like a routine,
okay.
test, just a breathalyzer test.
Yeah.
But none of us have been drinking, and I guess they don't have tests for obscure legal highs. So the driver, the driver did the test.
Imagine if they
the cops
did.
were like, "All right, go on," and we were like,
Man, they would have nailed me so fast because I've been like, "Hello, officer. Am I talking too loud?" We're like, "There's something wrong with this guy."
New Zealand cops are pretty chill anyway, so even if we were like all very stoned, if the driver was, we probably would have got done, but if everyone in the car was clearly fucked, they probably would have just been like, alright, just fuck off.
Wanna fuck? Doplex, give me your best weed story.
To be honest with you, I've had a lot. I've had a lot of bad experiences with marijuana.
From that dirt
I
ass
think the one that
Tijuana
comes
weed.
to mind was the first and only time I've ever done a dab. And if you guys don't know what dabs are,
Oh, this
it's,
thing.
it's like
Fuck dabs.
not that unfortunately. But
This
so
one
what
here?
it is, it's basically like doing crack but for stoners, because it's like the most complicated setup process. You have this fucking giant glass apparition thing, and then you have apparatus, not apparition, it's not a fucking ghost. Sorry, I'm a little drunk.
Not even
And then-
real.
And then you have this like
marijuana.
then you have like this fucking like weed booger shit. It's like
disgusting.
it looks so gross, and then you
so
heat it up with
nasty.
a torch, and you take like this metal rod and you stick it. It's a lot.
Dude,
And
it's like
my-
fucking doing crack on a
It's
spoon.
basically like doing some
fucked
crazy
up.
hard drugs.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, and so like I have friends who who do that shit like religiously. They
That's
spend all their
nuts.
fucking money on it. It's like it's the worst thing ever. So the only time I ever said like, all right, I'll try a little bit of it. This was a few years ago, and I remember I was playing Tekken. I took one hit, and I was playing Tekken, and every time my character got hit, I recoiled physically. I was like, oh, jeez, oh god. Like
You're getting
I don't know
punched
if it
in
was
real
the
life.
vibration. Yeah, I don't know if it was the vibration of my controller or what, but I felt my character getting hit in the game in real life, where I physically reacted to it.
real life.
Yeah, that was probably like the worst of it. Cause I was like, I can't control myself. I can't enjoy anything because I physically react to it.
I get that sometimes when I get too high, I'll be like watching the TV, and if something like really quickly flies to the screen or something, I'll totally get that where like my whole body fucking
You
prepares for
fucking
impact.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I don't know. Weed's a weird
funny.
thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got such like it's either a really great time or very fucking average, and I want to get off. Or
Yeah.
worse. Like,
Those are the two outcomes.
whereas like
Yeah.
usually when you drink, it's like 80% of the time it's good or above. You know, and then there's the
Yeah.
times when you drink
Yeah.
way too much and it's fucked. Whereas
And you can kind of tell if you're all drinking the same shit, like you're all gonna kind of be flying the same pace. But like with weed, someone might get fucking obliterated and another person like takes 10 hits and then they don't get high,
Yeah.
so it's like they're not that fun or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're really annoying, and it's just like, yeah.
there was like a time
Yeah.
kind of recently when I did it, and I was playing World of Warcraft, and it was like really low level shit, like really basic stuff, and I was like, this is the most epic adventure I've ever been in my entire fucking life. But that happened for about 10 minutes, and then it just kind of,
Yeah.
and then it was like, this is way too much. I can't fucking play this game anymore, and I had to
Yeah.
cancel out of it. But I remember thinking like, if weed was literally just that 10 minutes all the time. Like just that, because it was
Yeah.
like, oh, I have to go on this epic quest to go and do this like really boring shit. But I was so like
Yeah.
into it. If it was just that all the
I'd
time,
throw
I'd be
my
like,
life away if it
yes.
was that.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes
But
it
it's
more
really not.
immersive. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a weird thing so like when I've been getting really high and watching Conan, I'll lay down on my couch and I'll bring out like all my pillows and blankets onto my couch, which takes up significantly less space than a bed, and then I'll like bundle them up into this perfect fucking like bird nest.
Yeah.
And I'll like lay down in it, and I'll like lay sideways on a pillow, and then I'll have another pillow out in front of me that takes up a lot of my peripheral vision, and then I'll have my blanket pulled up over my shoulder, and that'll take up some of my peripheral vision, and then it's just like the TV and all my blankets and pillows in my peripheral vision, and it makes me feel like a little fucking 2-year-old like swathed like in a crib, but only when I'm high. And dude, do you guys have anything like that? Because it makes me it brings me back to like 2005. Like I feel like a fucking little kid watching like late night TV, like because like with the pillows like in my peripherals, it makes everything look smaller and shit, so I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
sure.
a kid. I don't know, it's just high brain. But do you guys have anything like that just like completes the vibe? Really specific and stupid.
Yeah,
I
I
might
don't
just-
That's very
I don't do
specific,
it
but I
enough
know what
to
you
have
mean.
that, but
Yeah.
I probably would.
I know what you mean though.
Well, we should probably move on to more questions anyway.
Not gonna lie, I kind of like doing these a little on a buzz. I feel a little bit looser, you know.
Yeah,
It's
you
less,
looser.
I
less
mean,
pressure.
I
That's
usually have
what
one
I'm
or two
saying.
drinks before we record,
Yeah.
usually, just to get a bit of sauce going. But
I usually
Yeah.
drink before I record videos.
same actually. I've
That's a good idea.
As soon as I get that asshole loosening sensation, I'm ready to film.
that's just
That
poppers.
sounds so bad out of context. That sounds like I'm fucking getting fluffed on a gay porn.
Courtney, make that the cold open. Okay, honestly, who the fuck
Definitely don't wanna
named
do that.
Jiffy Lube?
Yeah, I
Who
don't
the
know.
fuck named you?
Yo,
fuck it.
true.
Okay, all right. So Powell Rebecca 3 asks, "What's the weirdest celeb story you've ever heard? Could be myths or whatever."
Fuck.
I heard that.
I mean, there's the famous one, Marilyn Manson removing his ribs. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran down and up the stairs.
You're out of breath.
Marilyn Manson
your rib.
removing his ribs.
I forgot Doplex has a staircase in his house. I thought he was about to say I just
Yeah.
ran over to the next room and I was gonna laugh.
I just ran over a cat. Marilyn Manson removing his ribs. Sierra, remember the 1-2-step chick? She had a penis. Lady Gaga had a penis.
Lady Gaga has a penis.
Michelle
Lady
Obama
Gaga
had
had
a
a
That's probably
penis.
the most iconic
Michelle
one of
Obama
my
had a
time.
There's a
penis.
lot of
Was
women
all
have
the
penis
celeb-
things.
Yeah, that was always like the funniest one. It's like, did you hear that this chick actually has a dick?
And then they'll like take a screenshot of like a concert where they've got like a fold of their like dress.
Yeah.
It's kind of in a bad
It's like
place.
a very slight. It's very slight wardrobe malfunction. It's like, look, it's a penis.
It's so weird as well because it's like so the Obama one. Some people genuinely believed that, and then it's like, but they've got kids. where did the kids come
That's the
from?
deep state.
I mean,
Nancy
adoption.
Pelosi gave birth to Obama's kids. Stupid bitch. Lefty
Nancy
bitch.
Pelosi was a surrogate. Obama accidentally dropped his cum inside of her pussy, and she's like,
I follow.
I have kids.
I used to follow this.
Democrats.
I might still follow them. It's like
said that.
insane conspira boomer memes or something. It's like, you know, it's what the packet says. But there was, I don't know if they've been posting as much lately, but there used to be a ton, like a literal shitload where it would be these like very fucking crackhead infographics about why XYZ celebrity is trans. And it would be, again, pretty much like the Lady Gaga things. Where it's like, well, look at this picture here and this thing here, and then compare this one here, and look, she's actually got like this jaw type is only a masculine people. And it's like, first of all, what? Second of all, even if that was the case, like, what does that change?
Like,
who
cares?
fucking cares? Yeah, what
She's
does
still
it?
talented as fuck. Who cares?
There was just
man?
there was a little part of the internet obsessed in like the late 2000s with like women who weren't submissive and breedable enough are just men. Like if they didn't play their part well enough, they had a big fat veiny dick.
It's just weird that like
if they weren't feminine enough, they immediately the default was they had cocks in their
Lady Gaga
face.
has a bigger cock than me. I am sure of
Dude,
it.
I like was
here's
like
why.
in that in middle school. I was like, maybe it's true. I don't
Maybe,
fucking
who
know.
knows?
She doesn't.
Yeah.
It's weird because like it's not even like, you know, if you're one of these fucking idiots who's like against the trans agenda or something, but it's like if they were a trans person and it's like, oh, they're pushing this trans person in front of me, like at least I can get where your fucking like walnut brain fear would come from. But these are people who like are women, say they're women, have made no like references to being trans or anything. So like if they are a man, like they're still saying they're a woman. It's like I can't even understand what.
Well, I
point
can
that is.
I can fill in the blanks here. So there's a subset of people who are like very heavily big-brained conspiracy theorists. I'm gonna totally botch this, but pretty much what it is when celebrities at a young age, if they don't deem them like you probably won't fit this bracket as a female. So when we're gonna like pump you up with testosterone, and when you're older, you're gonna be a man, or like vice versa. That's like the. That might be totally wrong, but I remember seeing that's like a conspiracy
There's one
theory.
of them. There's so many different ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, those ones are the weirdest to me.
That's like Hollywood Illuminati shit. Like,
it's
that's
pretty
like
much there where it's like
iceberg
every
shit.
major celebrity is pushed by Hollywood is secretly trans. It's like, but if they're secret, if it's a secret, then what agenda are they pushing? Like if they were
they
proudly
don't even
saying
want
they're
you to
trans, then exactly.
The only
they're
agenda they're pushing is that
You're the
they're-
one revealing it.
It's
Anyway,
weird.
look at this picture of Lady Gaga's cock. I almost said next question, but I realized I was the only one that answered.
I don't
have any.
know,
I think the only one I can think
okay.
of other than that is the current like Joe Biden isn't actually Joe Biden one, which is
Joe Biden?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
That's
Hillary
about
Clinton
it.
wasn't the real Hillary Clinton in 2016. So
That's
like,
true.
yeah.
get a new meme.
And you know what?
Idiots.
I feel like that's almost not even a conspiracy because like that's just kind of a thing like that.
Yeah, half his
admitted that they
brain's
do.
gone. He's not full
No,
Joe Biden anymore.
no, not even that. No, not even that.
Joe.
They do have like body doubles who go out and like, you know, in case somebody's like feeling ballsy, like that's just a normal thing. Like I feel like
Is it?
am I wrong? Isn't that like
I mean,
a thing
I wouldn't
they
be
do?
surprised if that's a
Probably.
normal thing.
I remember the
Especially
Melania
like the-
Trump
they did
double
the
thing.
JFK.
They sent like a
Wait,
fake.
what's that?
Yeah, they sent like a fake Melania Trump out, and there was pictures of it very clearly. And she was the one that would like hold hands with Trump and shit.
That's fucking
It's
weird.
so fucking funny.
That's so funny.
Why are they not sending out a fake Donnie either? they're just like,
Maybe
nah,
they were.
Get him, don't kill his wife.
they probably were.
I think
you
it
know?
was more
Maybe.
just because the media was picking up on Melania like slapping old Donnie's hands away and not being affectionate.
That
so
shit
they're like,
was so
we
funny,
need to
bro.
save their public image marriage.
Save the
Send out a
Let's
fake
hire a
one to
hooker.
actually hold his hand.
Yeah.
Give him a smooch, please.
All right.
Fuck him on
Let's go on
camera.
to the
We
next
need
one.
this.
Madison Square Garden.
Do a shot of tequila
Alright,
out of his foreskin and record it for the love of God.
I put that at talking points, so we never brought it up, but we'll bring that up another episode.
All right. Next
Who
question.
has the next question pulled up? Go ahead, do it.
Oh.
Fucking slam it down.
Here we go. Slippy Dongbag, the king.
The legend.
king.
Asking so many
The
good
king.
questions. What's a super niche hobby or interest that you have or have had that you never really told anyone about, and why do you find it so cool?
Fuck, I had an answer to this and now it's not here.
He says,
They went on
his one was, I've got a
vacation.
couple hobby interests that I really like, but no one close to me is interested in Warhammer 40k and bird watching are a couple. No, those aren't super uncommon, but I don't know many other guys in their late 20s that watch Sky Rats. Essentially on those
Oh,
things that
yeah.
you're passionate about but never get to talk about.
I like that we have a little bit of added lore to our boy Slippy Dongbag.
He's a bird watcher, and he'd be painting the little.
He's a
figurines
20
for
something
Warhammer.
year old
Yeah.
bird watching hammer.
Exact. That's.
Duh.
Yes!
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you, James.
Dongbag's.
Any-
Commander
alright, you
of
guys got
English
anything? I got a
language while on
fucking
edibles
think.
is unparalleled.
I got a few.
Think. Did
You
Kudos just
guys-
die?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Kudos is like frozen.
His internet
No!
it came back. It came
Uh,
back. You're good.
yeah,
It was a really funny face that died
yeah,
on.
it was.
Okay.
I don't know
what
how
do you guys
niche
have?
writing is, but I used to write like novel-esque
Poetry?
stuff. Yeah,
You're really
poetry.
dressed up for your
All the
role
time.
tonight.
Yeah, you
Andrew.
do.
I
You
know.
look like
I'm
a
a
writer.
writer. I can cry on command.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a fucking flat hat. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
I picked this hat specifically for the character.
No, I mean it's a wonderful
It's a good look, I'm not
little
gonna
piece
lie.
there.
Thanks,
yeah.
guy. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
going out in public. Nah, but I can't even finish. that.
You could rock it.
Thanks,
yeah, you
lads.
can pull it off.
You could.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
so.
I don't know.
I
What's
don't
it
know
like
if
in
that's a
Alaska?
good thing
Would
or a
you get,
bad thing.
would you get beat up in Alaska for wearing that?
Probably. I
Fair
probably
enough.
deserve it too.
Yeah.
Who in
Yeah.
Alaska would beat you up? Does Alaska have gangs?
The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. Yeah.
The bears.
Some brown bear be like,
Hey,
"Hey,
you look like a bitch.
Get a load of this fucking loser.
One of those things where like the government,
of
the local
grizzlies.
government like tracks grizzly attacks as gangs so they can like allocate money to the
Yeah.
police or something.
Right, yeah.
Andrew Miller was the latest.
To die in a deadly gang attack in Alaska's
A stabbing.
yeah.
What
A
gang
brutal
was it?
claw
Some
stabbing.
bears.
Weird.
Like committing drive-bys and shit.
Oh, I got one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us, James.
Well, it isn't. It is. What was the? Does it have to be a hobby? What was the options?
Hobby or niche or
niche
just
hobby or interest.
just something you're interested in. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
That people might not expect.
Yeah.
I don't think. I probably have one and I can't think of it, but I thought this would apply, but it doesn't. But I'm still gonna say it
Do
anyway.
it.
I sometimes
Okay.
when I get sad or bored, I just like go on a highway that's near me and just like drive up and down it for like a
Okay.
That's
couple
cool.
hours.
Yeah.
That's
My
good
man's
shit.
likes driving. He
That's
likes
a
being
nice-
on the
nice
open
stress
road.
reliever. Yeah.
He likes feeling the
Hell
wind
yeah.
in his
That's an
hair
interest.
and the bugs on his windshield.
And the
Yep.
Nothing better.
I know this. Okay, I don't know if I told this story before, but there's a guy I knew in high school who was one of the rugby guys. He's a funny dude. But one time he just bought a car, and then him and his friends went out to this paddock and were doing fucking donuts in it, and they flipped it, and it smashed his windshield. So they flipped the car over. It was
God.
still fine. It was just like the roof was fucked, and they had to kick the windshield out. And then it was because it was slightly out of town. He had to drive on the highway, and it was nighttime, and he kept getting bugs in his eyes and mouth, so he had to put his sunglasses on. So he had to drive home with sunglasses on. as
that's a
bugs hit him in the
nightmare.
face and mouth.
Dude, taking a horse fly to the dome at like 70 miles an hour would fucking suck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
It's so funny.
It's kind of awesome though. I'm not gonna lie.
So anyway, that's my
Any
hobby.
niche hobby or interest? That's your hobby. Thinking of that a few times a day.
Yeah, my niche hobby or interest which I've talked about before. I like
Weed.
building cool arcade cabinets.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's like a
Poggers.
weird, stupid little niche, as you can tell by this fucking scorpion behind me. I'm really big into fighting games. I made a video about it.
Watch
So I
it.
made
Fucking show, you
I
fucking
made
sellout.
Courtney, put the whole
built-
thing in.
2 fighting game arcade cabinets, and then I built a Flash Games arcade cabinet, which I also made a video about a couple years ago.
This dude's a
And
genius.
it's just a cabinet that's specifically for playing old fucking Nabisco candy stick games. So it's kind of epic. Epic. Oh my god, it's kind of epic. Not gonna lie.
I'm starting
It's
to rub
kind of
off on you.
epic.
Hey, it's epic.
Yeah,
He's got-
starting talking a fucking Kiwi accent.
He's got all of addicting games on one of them.
Yeah. No, I do. That's not even a joke. I have there's this program that basically archived like all the Flash games like since like the fucking like early 2000s, and it's like the best
That's
thing
so
ever.
epic.
It's
That's
so much
fucking
Does it
fun.
have
awesome.
like Newgrounds
Yeah.
porn games on there?
It does.
That's
it does.
epic.
Actually.
I can't wait to play
Yes.
when I visit
Yeah,
you.
I'm
gonna visit you.
hell yeah. We're all gonna huddle around it and jack off to fucking dress up games.
Last
those
one to
remove
come
the
gets
shorts, I
cummed
wanna see your
on.
pussy.
Like those videos on Goon Caves of like the two bros jerking off next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make our first submission to Goon Caves.
Yeah, we're gonna come
All
in
right,
the corn
kudos,
slot.
Andrew. Niche hobby interests.
Not many people would guess this, but I like to play video games.
Come
What?
I guess I think I've talked about it before. I like cooking. I like cooking things. I like making.
Cooking is
I like
fun.
making
Cooking
food
banging.
and delicious things, but other than that,
Cooking is epic.
I'm kind of boring. Yeah, I don't really have. I play Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. That's
Nice.
pretty epic.
Very
I love
good.
That's a hobby or interest.
There you
Very
go. I fucking love D&D. I used to DM
Hell yeah.
for my boys, and now one of my boys DMs for us, and he does a way fucking better job of it. And it's like one of the highlights of my week, along with Beefboys, which is
yeah.
constantly getting fucking T-boned by by our lockdowns here. So excited for that to go
Yeah.
away, so we can just D&D all day.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
yeah,
One
that's
day.
mine.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was being serious. Like my hobby, I do write and like do shit like that all the time.
I forgot
That's-
about that.
That is my
Oh, yeah.
my,
Like,
my.
wait, what do you?
Fuck
So what do you
yeah.
write? Do you write like screenplays,
Porn.
poetry?
I used
fan
to do.
fiction.
His dick doesn't work, so he writes Courtney porn books.
Courtney
Yeah, I
fan
do.
fiction.
Not even-
I write
not even
whole entire
lit
fan
erotica.
fictions of like what I would do if my dick
If
worked.
you could fuck her.
Not even erotica though. You write like screenplays
fantasy.
with like dialogue and everything.
Exactly, and I read it back and forth with her. No, so I
Yeah.
used to write novel shit way back in the day.
Do
But I'm
table reads with her.
And so then you're gonna do this, okay? And then
then
You're gonna
come.
moan really loud.
Make sure
You're
you
gonna
come
and I'm
lie
gonna
on your
say
back
Harry,
and spread your flaps, e.g. vagina.
and Harry Potter's gonna walk in and say, "Courtney, I got the Chaos Emeralds."
Now open your flaps.
Sorry, Andrew. Please continue.
But
Please,
like, yeah, probably elementary through a good chunk of high school, I used to do more novel-esque stuff, and I would draw maps and build little worlds before I decided to put a story in it. But over the years, I've found that I think screenwriting is probably just the thing I'm most cut out to do because it's the thing I'm involved in the most. So that's what
Hell
I
yeah.
do and stick to mostly now, and I kind of
Yes.
live vicariously through a buddy of mine who I was just talking to, who I've known since like middle school, and he also does a lot of writing, and he has plans to finish up a novel that he's gonna have me read before he kind of puts it out there.
Hell yeah.
By the end of the
Yes!
year, I'm really excited. If it gets
yeah.
published, I will be plugging it here, and I'll tell you guys where to find it and shit, because that would be really cool.
Hey, I thought of another one that makes more sense for me, and it's a quick one. I'm a slut for a good bath. I spend a lot of money on bath
That's
stuff.
so epic.
Ever
That is
since I
epic.
was a kid, I take baths like fucking 5 times a week. I usually shower
you
beforehand.
seem like a bath guy.
But,
You
like,
seem,
yeah,
you seem like a bath guy.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you
I
live
take
very
baths, I
like
fill it up with shit. I
luxuriously.
turn candles on, and I'm fat as shit, so there's nothing luxurious about it. But I usually read. I read a good book
Oh,
in
Hell
the
yeah.
bath.
that's some good shit.
That sounds
And I
nice. I'm
vibe.
not
That
gonna
sounds
lie.
very
That
relaxing.
sounds really nice.
I also eat
Yeah.
pussy. That's another one. Anyway, next question.
All right, so question for Da Beef. Monte Casino asks, Question for the beef. Spelled beef with a PH. Who would win in a bare knuckle boxing match between the vampire bitch Jordan Pringles, aka Jordan Sprins, or Stinky? Hashtag beef lore.
I'd like to think Stinky would be more willing to get dirty and like
That's what I'm
street
thinking.
with it.
Stinky would have like he's got like a stinky cloud around him that does like passive AoE poison damage.
Right. So here's the thing. I feel like Stinky is a very lanky man. I've fought him before. I've watched him get his ass beat many a time, and I feel like what's his name? Is it
Jaden?
It's
Jordan's
Jaden's
only power comes from his teeth, but you can't use teeth in a boxing match unless you're gonna fucking.
Well, what I'm
bite some
saying
ears.
is
right.
Like Jaden might be a little stronger and quicker or something, but I think Stinky has the capacity to kill.
He'd be pouring Four Locos into his throat
and pushing him
He pours
down.
4 Locos on his knuckles and aims for the stomach.
That's a super
until he
move.
gets alcohol poisoning. Yeah. So honestly, I feel like they would both just keep going until they both just die from being tired.
That'd be great.
So
Stinky-
there's the answer.
Stinky
Maybe
hopped
thank
up
you to
on
them.
piss beer and pubes burgers, so I think Stinky's gonna take the dub.
It depends how many of those
I guess
bursting
you're right.
candies that Jordan can slap back beforehand to give him energy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Very
That's
true.
true.
I'll read
Oh,
this
okay,
one here.
go,
This
go,
is
please.
just a little quick one. Are you guys active on Reddit on your free time? And did you hear about the Awkward the Turtle mod controversy? If yes, I'm going to say none of us have. I'm going to make that
Yeah, no, I have no
assumption.
idea.
Yeah.
I am active on...
I tried to find out what that was. I think I get
So
it,
did
but
yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't
sorry,
get anything from it, but I tried
Zinwaris.
to. It's not your fault. It would have been an interesting question if we weren't such chads that didn't use fucking Reddit.
yeah.
I use Reddit from time to time.
If we were virgins,
and by
maybe we'd be
time
able
to
to
time, I
answer.
mean every day. I use Reddit for like
I don't use-
specific things. I fucking hate it when I don't like the site as a whole. I think most of the subreddits
Yeah.
are fucking trash. Like Funny is probably
Yeah.
the least funny page out there.
Yeah.
But in terms of like
Yeah.
niches, like if you're in, that's what I think it's good for.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. It's
Like if you're
100%.
interested in a video
Yeah.
game or a TV show or something, it's like one of the best resources to go to because they'll be like, oh, here's all the new
Yeah.
information about
not a
this.
video game. You get some sick shit on like specific video game Reddits. Usually it's just the most angry fucking weirdos.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a
Unlike
lot of
AAA games.
Reading the comments usually sucks, but if you're interested
Yeah.
in like, oh, this video game is going to come out soon, here's all this compiled
right,
information about it, like or links to news
Yeah.
articles. It's kind of good for that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the Lord of the Rings subreddit is one of my favorite things because people be posting different images with lore and different passages and like art.
That's
they've done
my
or shit
favorite
like that.
thing. Yeah,
And I'm like, this is epic. I love reading this stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't use Reddit out of principle because they've been so brutally mean to me in the past few
It's
years.
true.
Just like
Right.
trying to not even posting my own shit, but then they're like, "No, you posted it," and then they're mean. So I don't use just like I don't watch Saw out of principle. I don't watch Reddit out of principle.
James is a man
Good
of
man.
principles, if anything.
He doesn't
If
watch
anything.
Reddit.
If
Yeah.
anything.
I don't watch
I-
Reddit.
Yeah, I go on Reddit pretty often, like every night / day. I just, but just like Kudo said, just for specific niches, I spend a lot of time on the gaming leaks and rumors subreddit, just to see what's being rumored.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm a gamer,
Yes.
and
He's a gamer.
He is.
that
Ain't no
lately
secret.
I've spent a lot of time on r/Chris Chan Sonichu.
Yeah, I was
Just keeping up
same.
with
Same. So I've been in there a lot because that's like one of the easiest places to find information about that
Right.
specific topic. So yeah, I'm the same. I go
Yeah.
on that and I go on whatever subreddit of whatever video game I'm playing at the time, and that's
Yeah.
and maybe TV show. If I'm watching a TV show, those pretty much the only two things I go on. Every time I find
Yeah.
myself like on the front page or whatever, I just get mad.
I don't think I've ever browsed the front page of Reddit. I'll be honest with you, in my life ever.
I used to do it.
I
a
don't
lot.
even know how to navigate to it.
It would just be like by
Yeah.
default, it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go in here. So we're like, fuck Reddit.
Yeah.
Next question. What's your
Next
favorite
question,
thing
I'm
from
getting
Taco
another
Bell?
Eddie.
Hell yeah.
Wait, that's not the next question, is it?
There he goes.
Isn't it? Oh wait.
Oh yeah, no, this one's for Andrew specifically.
I love the way James
Uh,
enters his bathroom. He does it like he puts his hand up against the wall and then he like leans and opens the door and then launches himself into the void.
Oh, so this is
How did we
Yeah,
hear
I heard that from all the way over here.
That's crazy.
That had some distance.
Is this the
completely-
Father Andrew question?
yeah. So I completely
yeah.
missed this one. I thought
I think
this
we
was,
can. I think I'll save that one for next week so I can answer
Oh,
it and
okay.
also
Alright.
go into
Yeah,
the food.
fair.
I think that's a good way to do it.
Fair.
What's your favorite thing from Taco Bell? Past or present item? You can't deny Baja Blast is the king of all fizzies. Well, we don't have that here,
You
so
spit
I
in
can
absolute-
deny
You
that.
fucking spitting
I can
king.
deny it because I haven't had it. Because we don't
Baja
have it here.
Blast is a
Fucking
fucking green and
bitch.
blue river back to being a child.
It's true. Baja Blast
Right?
is the best.
I've had
It's a
Taco Bell
fucking
once in my life,
speedway.
and I want to go back because I did enjoy it. It was Taco Bell, but it was like, yeah, this is kind of
Yeah.
vibey. I had a Crunchwrap Supreme and just like
Slaps.
some random shit, like a single taco and some other stuff, and yeah, so literally all I've had is is a Crunchwrap. So I guess that's my favorite
Yeah.
item. It was good though.
The Crunch Wrap or
Hell
the
yeah.
Beef Quesarito are probably my two favorites. Quesaritos are just an ungodly creation, but goddamn do they be hitting.
I like fucking beefy Frito burrito because it got red Fritos in
Yo,
it.
beefy
That's the
Frito
only
burritos.
reason.
Oh, those are so fucking.
Dunk it
good.
in some sauce or nacho cheese or something. Bang it.
You know what? Can I, boys? May I have the floor for a second?
Dude,
Take
you
it.
can
Yes.
have
Yeah. This is
so
totally
much of the
Doplex's
floor.
segment.
This is
I'm
All right.
I'm listening. I'm going to get more water, but I'm totally listening.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So, Taco Bell, this is for you. I know you're listening. You've broken my heart time after time because pretty much everything I would have said is no longer on the menu because you continue to remove it. Salsa verde, my favorite sauce. You got rid of it. Mexican pizzas? You fucking bitch. Bring it back. What the hell? Mexican pizzas are my favorite thing, but now cheese quesadillas. Just bland
Dude,
cheese quesadilla,
those
extra
cheese
jalapeno
quesadillas
sauce.
are so good.
They are the epitome of bussin'. I know I'm not allowed to use that word, but I know in this instance I will use it because it is perfectly described.
Speaking.avi.
I'm speaking .mp4, boys.
he's dropping dot fans. Oh.
I love this question.
This is a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Everyone was probably thinking
that's
we
the
were
answer.
being
I'm throwing
fucking-
back another one, boys.
Go on. Everyone probably
Do
thought we
it.
were being racist
Yes.
when we're like, oh, Dopix, you've got a lot to say about this, but for context, Dopix genuinely loves Taco Bell, and
Yes.
he's mentioned this
I
many
have-
times.
I do
We weren't
Yeah.
just like, listen here,
Yeah, Andrew does
Mexican,
too.
what's your opinion on this?
Hey, we have something very special coming involving Taco Bell. Let me just put that
Oh.
out there for the deep
Oh yeah,
listeners.
that's true. Yeah, and for a
Very
little bit of
special.
context,
You do.
Taco Bell has been my favorite fast food restaurant since I was a child. I specifically remember slamming back 5 Mexican pizzas as an 8-year-old, and just hating myself. That was probably the first memory I have of physically hating myself. So Taco Bell, God bless you. Bring back the Mexican pizza and the salsa verde.
Shout
No,
out to
you're
Ta-
just
shout out to
looking
Taco
at the wrong
Bells.
part of the menu, bro. It's the Latin's pizza now.
Oh yeah, the Latinx pizza.
Latinx
The
pizza.
Latinx pizza.
What if they took the pizza away because like the Italian community got like up in arms and hashtag cancelled them over it? They culturally appropriated. They culturally appropriated Italian culture. They got nuked.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
If you could pick any game to receive a faithful remaster that improves the game, what game would you pick? Banjo-Kazooie
Donkey
2,
Kong
easy.
64.
Wait, who's that
Kong
from?
64.
Damn.
Oh, that is from No 64 QWERTY U.
Did they have a? Did they have a like their own?
They did.
Yeah, they said personally they would pick Simpsons Hit and Run. Great fucking choice.
That's a
Then
good
he-
choice.
then they said-
That game is straight bussin'. They should enable RTX on Marge's blue pussy hairs. I agree.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think well, actually, I'm also in agreement with Andrew. Literally any of the old like N64 rare titles, like
Yeah, the rare
Banjo-Kazooie,
shit from the
Tooie,
old
Donkey Kong
days.
64.
Oh.
Conker's Bad.
Or-
Any of those, Conker's Bad Fur Day, any of those in like the Crash remaster with like that art style is so fucking good.
Well, they
Kill-
use the same code, like the same source code. They just built on top of that. That's why it's so fucking crisp and delicious.
Or
Andrew?
Ratchet and Clank Deadlock, because I played the multiplayer with my cousins all the goddamn time. I loved it so much because you could run around and you get those different mods for your guns. And the morphing mod was always the most fun one because you could shoot one of your buddies and then they would turn into a chicken and then you ran up and you whacked them. And it was the most embarrassing way to
Right.
go. But it was so funny. That game was
So
so
badass.
epic.
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be remastered so I can play it again with the boys.
I think I'm the youngest I didn't really play a lot of the
And
N64
60s.
shit, regrettably. But I would have said Spyro, specifically Spyro Ripto's Rage, but those got remade by Toys for Bob, and they're fucking awesome.
Was Toys for Bob that did that?
Yeah, it was Toys for Bob.
Toys for Bob. Okay.
And
Really
it was
fucking
just like
pretty
the most
remastered.
faithful, beautiful,
Dude, they
fucking
did
gorgeous
amazing
remaster
job.
ever.
That's what makes
Such
me
a
want
good
Banjo
job.
Kazooie
And
and stuff,
then-
because you see those like
Well,
Spyro
yeah, no.
Crash, and you're like, fuck, if only
Yeah,
they
they
could
would
do
nail
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Crash ones too. So it would have been Spyro, and then it would have been Resident Evil 2, but then they did that, and that shit's fucking awesome also. So I'm going to say Jack and Daxter 1 and 2.
Ooh,
That would be
that's-
fucking
That's a-
epic.
That's
That's
a
a-
I
classic.
thought they were doing that.
The world build, are they?
I remember seeing like
Bro.
because I remember when they
Duplex,
did
you
Crash,
better be right,
I was like
or you're gonna get James.
I was like crossing my
hopes up.
fingers for Spyro because I was like
Yeah.
I wasn't super into Crash as a kid, but Spyro was my shit. So when they came
Yeah.
out with that, I was super stoked. But I remember seeing that it might have just been like a rumor in passing, but I remember seeing
I
something
really
about
hope
Jack
that's
and
true.
Daxter.
That would be
Jack and
best.
Daxter's
fucking
world
epic.
building and aesthetic was like, it was like, it's not really like cyberpunky or steampunky, but it's just got that kind of something punk like going on to it, and it's just like, that aesthetic like fucking beats my dick off.
Yeah, it's funny. I think my first choice
So
would have
good.
because I never played the Crash games except the very first and I think the second Crash Team Racing games because Crash Team Racing was on my like the top of my list for remasters for years. I played it with my cousins all the time. I fucking adore that game. And when they announced that they were remastering at E3, I cummed in a GameStop. Hot take is better than Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'd agree it's better than Mario
Oh,
Kart.
I don't know.
It's
I-
better than
I-
Mario
Double
love Mario
Dash is,
Kart.
yeah, I can't imagine anything
Yeah,
being
Double
better than
Dash.
Double
Double
Dash
Dash.
is nuts.
Double
just
Dash
perfection.
is fucking legendary, but
It's perfection.
I have such a
I
deep
think I-
love for Crash Team Racing.
Understandable.
no,
For me, my personal choice as an avid Resident Evil fan, we already got one.
Resident Evil 2 again remastered.
We
the
got
remaster.
2, we got 3, but there is one game that they
RE4?
just actually there's a few games that they refuse to remake or remaster, and that's Code Veronica X, which is the true sequel to Resident Evil 2. Even though Resident Evil 3 is my favorite one of all time, but the one I want is Outbreak more than anything. Outbreak File 1 and 2. It was so ahead of its time. It was literally the perfect multiplayer horror game, and if they ever bring that back, I will
Let's
literally
make a video about it.
the semen will drop out of my pants and down my legs.
I'll
and
be
fall on
down
the
there.
floor.
I'll be down there with my mouth open.
I've never
I'm
played
about
a
to
Resident
piss
Evil
in
game
this
before.
bucket because I do not want to leave
what
the
the
conversation.
That's rancid.
I hate that.
Do it though.
Do it.
Are you
I'm
about
very-
to piss in the trash can?
I'm about
Totally
to
do it.
because
Trash
I don't want to
can.
miss it.
Piss in the trash can.
I don't
Yes.
want to miss anything.
Piss in the trash can.
Piss in the trash can.
Piss in the trash. Piss in the trash. Piss in the trash.
Piss in the trash can. Do America a service. Sign up for the army. Piss in the trash can. Die for your country. Die for your country.
Andrew
Shit,
Miller
man.
don't wanna miss the
He
thing.
got stage fright.
He's pissing in a bucket.
This is for you, 1,000 subscribers.
Andrew will now piss in the bucket.
We're sending this to one
certify
lucky viewer.
Our can you imagine sending Andrew's piss? The brave soldier urinates in the wastebasket to officially hereby dub us post 1K YouTube channel Beefboys. That's us.
You look like chubby John Lennon.
What?
I'm sweating.
Me too. You can see the sweat drops in my fucking pits.
Yeah. Man,
Well,
I'm
it's-
fucking.
It's hitting the back of the tub, so it's not hitting water.
Show the piss. Show us your piss. Show us your piss. All right, Corey, you can cut around this bit at this point. It's taking so
leave it
long.
all.
Dude, I had to
This
piss
is
so bad.
America.
It's so heavy.
He pissed in the can. He pissed it so much. That is so much piss.
That was in
You got
you.
carpet in that room. Don't spill
God.
it. Please don't spill it.
Now drink it. Drink your piss. Drink your piss.
Drink your piss.
Drink your piss.
Drink it! Drink
That's as far as I
How the fuck do you piss that much? That was like a quarter of that
That's
waist.
disgusting.
Dude, that was a fucking horse piss.
That's a lot of piss. I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude, I have been
Shit was straw
long
colored.
road tripper my whole life. My bladder can just like.
Damn, boy, you piss lots.
this
That's
big.
cool as fuck. I have one more thing to say for that last question. I know no one fucking cares,
Yeah.
and it is kind of a pointless remaster, but
I care, baby.
I'd love if they redid WoW Classic again, because I know they've already redid it, but like that and...
Yo, so didn't they do that?
Well, no, they just re-released it as it was. I'd love to see them like redo it, because I mean, it looks like a 15-year-old game because it is. So if they redid it,
okay.
like modern Blizzard's, like that's the one good thing about all Blizzard games, as shitty as they are, the graphics look amazing, like just the environment design and everything looks fucking bussin', as Dopix would say. So
Yeah.
if they could just like, if I could see these old zones that I love reimagined in like the 2021 art style, that'd be fucking epic. But then like they kept the gameplay kind of the same.
Hold up.
That's,
Is
that's what
someone?
I'd want.
Hey, Dream viewers, if we ever say bussin' on the show, we're quoting Doplex saying bussin', so it's like
Yeah,
it's like we're like reading something.
Is
yeah, he's our
anybody-
lightning rods.
So next question is from Exceedingly Sad Kitty. Fuck, marry, kill. The other three guys.
Man, you can't do this to me.
You can't do
You
this.
can't
Yeah, I'm
do
not.
this.
I refuse
I
to.
honestly don't know.
I
yeah, I'm
refuse
not
to answer
answering.
this one.
Fuck
'Cause
all
I would-
three.
I would
That's
marry
like
all of you.
That's like a friendship ender. That's
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I mean
know.
it's probably
Well,
a funny
okay, hold on.
prompt, but
Courtney,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a funny
recording this
prompt.
video.
Okay, here's my answer though. Here's my answer
oh,
though.
no, he's gonna
I
kill
would-
me, bro.
I would fuck, marry, and kill all three of you
Hey.
because you know.
Here's what I'd do. I'd fuck all three of you because I don't
Well,
want
I'd
to kill
kill you
you, and I don't
first.
want to commit to marriage. So yeah, that's probably like the easiest cop out.
Okay.
I've got mad commitment
fair.
issues, so
I think we already answered this one, but
Which one?
Duck Bats asks, "What's a memory that hits you like a truck and makes you curl up from the cringe?" James, you already answered with your beach time Hispanic.
That was
Wait, I don't think that.
what
I
was
think I
it?
just opened with that
Possible
one.
story.
Yeah, the posse. I think I just opened with that one. I mean, I have
Oh,
more.
yeah.
play.
Oh yeah. Okay, please take the stage, my sweet
you
boys.
guys go first.
I
you
can't
guys
think
go
of one
first.
off rip. to be honest
Mine's the
with
You.
can't think of a
legendary.
cringe
Mine's the
song.
legendary
Alright.
one I have to save. I'm not sure for when though, but
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we did go over this one.
I guess
already.
if this is a
Hey
if
boys,
this- if-
I just got a new trash can. Courtney gave it to me. So
Yes!
Hell yeah, piss in that one. Piss in the new can. Piss
No,
in
no,
the
no,
new
no,
can.
no. As in-
Don't you guys? I have a ton of those. I guess I was just way more cringe than you guys.
no, I was exceptionally cringe as well. Don't worry, I just can't remember a lot of it because I'm on the spot.
Yeah. I can't think of any off rip.
Oh,
You tell
damn,
us
we
yours,
have answered
James.
all
You
of
tell
them.
another yours, James, and maybe if any of us can think of it, and then we'll talk about the how do we meet.
So I think I've told this to Andrew. I might have told this to all of you, but I don't think I've told it on Beef Boys. I don't know. I'm off 2 edibles.
Tell
so
us.
I really like this girl. It's the girl that made me. It's the girl that made me steal from that. She like made me
Oh,
steal.
yeah.
No, like the girl I liked in like 7th grade. That I told the story. I don't even know what episode, like early episode, where this girl like made me steal from a corner store shop. like she wouldn't
yeah.
let me leave unless I stole it as like a, I don't know, a coming of age thing. I don't know. She just bullied me
Yeah.
into doing it, and I
Right.
really liked that girl. And she was kind of more. She had more swag than me. She was wearing like fucking Cookie Monster shit, like straight up Elmo like hoodies and shit. She was kind of, she was Latina. She kind of rolled with the cooler kids and shit. So, but I remember I was like texting her and I was in my I was taking a bath and I was just butt naked in the bathtub and I was texting her and we were texting about "Love the Way You Lie" by Rihanna and Eminem. and
You guys were texting about that song?
yeah, we were just texting because I think I was listening to it. I was like, damn, they're going
This is
through it.
like
Like
us.
Eminem's really
Damn,
spitting. It's kind of crazy.
I can't tell you what it really is.
So then we started texting about we started like texting like fucking it's just like mad cringe. We started like texting lyrics and shit to each other, and then I was like, hey, there's a the 7th grade talent show's coming up. I'll be Eminem, you be Rihanna. We'll do "Love the Way You Lie," bro. Bro, I'm like 100 pounds overweight, sitting in a half-full bathtub in 7th grade, texting a girl that's way cooler than me that I like, telling her we should sing "Love the Way You Lie" at the 7th grade talent show.
That's so funny.
I do love the way you lie, James.
Thank you.
Just the thought of James cosplaying as Eminem. It's like a prospective date. It's just so fucking funny.
You dye your hair blonde, like you shave your head and dye it blonde.
Damn, girl, you're kind of fine. We should cosplay as Eminem and
Rihanna.
What is up, baby? Would you like to cosplay as Eminem with me?
But that's what happens when a tornado meets a fucking E.G. Flaps vagina.
All right. So you guys got any cringe stories?
James
Did that
with
dredge
blonde
anything?
hair and some girl in blackface, and they're like, "Hey, we're singing a song now."
hey, you love this one?
No, she was.
This one's on the radio.
She had the complexion already.
Oh,
right.
You know,
Right.
I was,
She was
you know,
Latinx.
I wouldn't just make a white girl play Rihanna.
Right.
I had, you know, it made more sense.
Yeah, a Latin Mega Man X girl.
Most of mine are just like. Most of mine are just like waking up. I'm a very loving drunk, so when I get drunk, I'll message people like, "Oh, I love you, man." I've just got a lot of memories of that. Just waking up the next day being like, "I'm not checking my phone." Fuck this. But yeah, in terms of specific ones, there's the big one which I'm not telling yet.
You were saving that for
And then just like
more
depressing
appropriate
ones, like breakups and shit, where you're like, "Man, this shit isn't funny."
Oh, yeah.
But those are the ones.
You guys-
those are the
you
ones
guys
that do
ever
hit
get, like-
you, and you just sit there like,
Yeah. You ever get dumped and like fucking like go full emo and you're like screaming your fucking lungs out to like a sad song or some shit?
Yeah, like Keemstar on Twitter after his fucking baby mama dumped his
Keemstar when
ass.
he's like in the woods looking for $1.
hey yo, I ain't got my mother of my child anymore, but I got this $1
I'm
in the
leaving
woods.
In the woods.
I haven't
$1 in the
been
woods.
dumped. I mean, I haven't dated too much. I've only dated like a couple of people, but the only time I got
Right.
dumped,
Thank
my
God.
response was literally, "All right."
I can't tell you what
Sick.
it really is.
Andrew has again fulfilled his outfit. He's a savage redditor that don't care about no woman. There we
Last
go.
question is from Sly Guy 69.
Yes.
We heard how the Beefboys was formed. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. But how did the Beefboys meet? Also, can you find more top tier cringe fan fictions and read them like the Goku
Yes,
X
we've already
and
done
Frick
this.
story?
We're gonna
That
do
shit
Yes.
more.
was funny.
Don't worry.
Fuck
Yes. That is going to be a segment all on its own. In
It's
the
called Table
upcoming
Reads.
Penis,
episodes.
penis in
Yeah.
the
So
woods.
It can be
We're gonna do
anything
a lot
we
more
can
of
all
those.
read together with parts and shit. So if you guys know any,
actually, yes. James, continue, please. Yeah.
if you guys know any like cringy like stories, like plays, scripts, fan fictions,
Send
online
The entirety of
lore
B-movie.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a new flare in the subreddit. So if you find some like really funny shit with like multiple parts that you want us to read,
so we can all have a part.
yeah, post them in the subreddit. Add the flare so we can see them, and yeah, we'll definitely
would
do
be
more of those because
awesome.
that shit is fucking.
If you find any
funny
dollars in
shit.
Yeah,
the
that
woods,
shit's
let us
fun
know
as
too.
hell.
We've got a segment about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you see any airplanes in the night sky,
Yeah, well, we could, especially
wish.
Andrew right now, we could really
Specifically
use a
ones
wish.
like
you
shooting
can really use a
stars.
wish.
All
I
right,
could, and if you could use a wish
right
Yeah.
now.
then.
I can start how I met James, and then we can just kind of like go
Yeah.
and take turns.
Piece it all together,
going-
yeah.
piece it all together. So I started
Like penises
YouTube
into vaginas.
a while ago, and then I met a lad who at the time went by Boomerang TKO, and then is now
Oh, I
known
love
as
him so
Landon.
much.
We love that boy. He's amazing.
Nice guy.
So-
Great guy.
Through him, I got introduced to some other people like Daniel Fiala, and I got put into a Discord server full of a bunch of smaller YouTubers. And I think I was watching one of Daniel's streams, and I was talking about an upcoming mockumentary script I was working on, and was just like kind of chatting with him about it in chat. And he said, "Andrew, do you know James Miller? I feel like you guys would get along. You should hit him up and ask him if he wants to be a part
Daniel's
of it."
also a wonderful boy.
He is a wonderful lad.
Daniel
And
Fiala.
so I found James. I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, yo, you want to be a part of this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then, the rest is history. Me
Was
and
I a
James
part
just-
of it?
You were a part of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot
the
about
Boomer
that one.
mockumentary.
Man, that's been forever. That was like a year and a half
Yeah, it's
ago.
been a while.
That's
And so
insane.
yeah, and then we just started chatting and we clicked really well, and the rest is history there.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like, hey, you want to do this thing with me? We both like Lord of the Rings, and I think we both wanted to see like that movie 1918
Fortnite
or
card.
whatever at the time, and then it was like we're best friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so hold on. That's how you met James. But then how did you?
So then,
Then come
James,
into-
talk about how you met the other guys, because I met all of you through James, pretty much.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
met
it's-
Andrew through you.
Yeah.
when we
Well,
did that
hold on.
Leafy
Maybe
video.
me and let me say how I
that's
think
when
me
you
and
met? That
Andrew are the
was
two like
August.
extraneous ones, because then I met Doplex, and then Doplex introduced me to you two. So
Okay.
so
Well,
Okay.
I then I need to. I guess the next meeting would have happened. That would have been me and Doplex meeting, and then I think I've already told this on the show, but I was getting fucking destroyed on Reddit one night because I got like a video to do really good on our videos, and then like, but also everyone was being, all the comments were mean, but all the views were epic, so it was like made me want to kill myself, and then I just
This is
like
when you were like a super small boy too.
Yeah.
yeah, I only had like 900 subs or some shit. And then I kind of pulled back from like everything, and I like posted like a picture of it on Twitter and was like, damn, this is not epic. And then I think Doplex and one of my other really close friends from YouTube, Ramska, they're both like probably the sweetest people I've ever met in the whole world.
yes.
Thank you.
They both messaged me and were like, hey, your stuff's really good. That shit's fucked up. Like everyone gets fucked like that on Reddit. Fuck that. And then I think Doplex added me to a chat or something.
I think. Yeah, I think
Maybe.
that is how that went. That was like,
Oh, you added me
believe
to
it
the
or not, that was like a
pond.
couple of years ago. So it's like my brain is so foggy. But I do remember you and I we chatted, and then I was like, yeah, come join this group chat.
Wait, but hold on.
of
How
small
did you
boys.
Which
find
Kudos was in.
How did you find James before that though? Like how did you comment on his thing in the first place, or DM rather?
We were following each other on Twitter.
Was it through
But
the shadow
why?
of?
It might have been, to be honest, I don't remember.
I think that was the night you followed me. I think we followed a bunch of mutual people, and someone like liked it or
Sure,
interacted with it,
yeah.
and then
and then
you
that
took
came
it
up,
upon
yeah.
yourself to befriend me because of it.
Well, that's kind of how I
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
think
how
that's-
I met you, James. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, so I met.
We met in the pond, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. So
yeah.
Okay.
how I can. So I think the pond is where this all converges. So we'll all link up to there, and then where it went from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And so I met back pre-COVID, rest in peace. I used to work at a co-working space, and my boys at Changer Studios, who I now work with for YouTube stuff, shout out to those guys. They ran regular events there about YouTube workshops, like how to improve click-through rates and programming and all sorts of shit.
The boring stuff.
Yes, the boring
inside
technical
baseball
stuff, which has been very, very, very
The
fucking
worst
useful.
part of our jobs.
Very useful
Yeah.
for my success, I would argue. But they they were running a course for people over 100k subs, and at the time I had like 900. So I was not the target demo, but I was mates with them because we worked in the same office, and they were like, "Oh, just come along anyway, fuck it." And I met Matt Tabor, who had flown over to give a talk at this about revenue and sponsorships and all that sort of shit. And because I worked there, I was there early, and me and him just got chatting like before the event started. We hit it off pretty well, and then he was there the next night as well. After the workshop, he was just chilling, and we ended up drinking and got really blasted together. And he'd watched one of my videos the night before, and he really liked it. So also shout out to Matt Tabor, fucking love that guy. But he added me to a group chat, which was
Shout out.
a fucking AIDS tier group chat, but it did have some cool people in it, such as Doplex,
That was me.
and
That's me.
like Wang and Nerd City and people. So that was really cool. And we just kind of got chatting over time, and you made that J Station video with Jay Aubrey, and I was like, man, this is a really fucking good video. I love this shit. And I can't exactly remember if there was I can't remember what specific moment it was, but we just I think we just started talking over time a little bit, because I was like, oh man.
You messaged me and you asked me for my thoughts on a rough draft of your video. That was like the first ever conversation we had, and I watched. I watched your videos before that, but I think like I watched and we just started talking and then we just became.
We just had like
buds
really
and
similar
then-
interests and like hit it off, and I was like, man, this guy's kind of he's kind of the B word thing.
Kind of epic.
And then
epic.
so we just chatted a lot.
As Doplex would say.
And then one day I saw you retweeted James blowing up from Jack's films, because I think James put out a tweet being like, "Oh my god, thank you so much," and I was like, "Man, this kind of busted." And I checked your account, and you
that around
obviously
that
like
time?
your shit was like, you went up like fucking 13k subs in one day or whatever it was, and I was like, "Man, this shit crazy." And that's where I found you. And then I think I followed you and maybe messaged you once or twice. But then I messaged Doplex and I was like, man, this James getting shut up by Jackson was kind of crazy, eh? Because I was kind of like trying to ask Doplex, like, who is this guy, like, who you retweeted?
Yeah.
And then I think after I messaged you, you were like, oh, I should add you to this group chat. So that's when you added me to Pond Chat, which is where all these jokers were
Oh, we
in.
got added at like the same exact time.
You were in it before me. Because I remember you like, because I think me and you were
It must have been the same day.
It might have been.
Well, fucking the night that Doplex was condoling me and shit was like my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, and the next day was the day Jack's film shouted me out. So it's like I got fucking destroyed, and then I got like everything I've ever wanted somewhat handed to me. So
yeah, it was like
roller
very
coaster.
soon after that.
Yeah, literally it was.
Yeah.
That happened to me. Doplex befriended me. I popped off. Kudos saw who I was, and then Doplex threw both of us in a chat, and then we just fucking started making love.
And we just we just kind of
literally
talked a fuckload, and it was like, man, this is kind of this is epic. And then
the three of us stayed up mad late, which wouldn't be late for Kudos. Like I remember I was up till like my sleep schedule was mad good then because it was the beginning of the pandemic and I was still working.
Yeah.
And I stayed up till like 5 a.m. for the first time in like a year, and it was just because I wanted to keep talking to Kudos, and he says New Zealand time or whatever.
I was just fucking chilling. But yeah, no, I remember because I remember really hitting it off with you two, and I think Andrew might have been there, but we didn't chat quite as much initially.
Who?
I think because Andrew was even the guy I met last.
No, Andrew got added way later.
Andrew got added. It was after
he got added
we
in, like,
did that.
June.
It was like after we did that Leafy video.
Yeah, I was gonna say
after that.
Then how I pretty much ended up meeting the rest
forever.
of you. I think my first interaction with Kudos was during an Among Us stream with James.
Among Us?
Among Us?
Oh, the
Sussy
one with
bucket! Hey,
Yeah.
Courtney, vote
That
Doplex
was the
out for the
second
rest of the
time.
video, for the rest of this episode.
Yeah, the first 2 times I met Kudos were, funnily enough, through Among Us streams. The first one was just a random one, and then the second one was the one that we did with Lars and Hugbees TV.
The Hugbees one, yeah.
But the first time I met Doplex was when me, him, and James were working on a sketch for the end of James's Leafy video.
That's right.
Leafy 2.
Leafy 2, yeah.
The squeakquel.
Right.
The motherfucking squeakquel.
After the H3 shout out.
You guys can technically. Well, he was also in that video, so you can technically both say you've been in a video with H3.
Yeah,
Kudos can say that too. He read all the comments.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
I did.
I forgot about that.
I was I was about to post it like the next day, and then Kudos was like, I think Kudos was like, hey, can I do the voices or something? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I hate doing like, I hate reading shit out, so it saved me a bunch of hassle because that shit makes me cringe.
Yeah, that was fun.
Kudos did a really. So we've all been on a video with H3.
So then that happened, and me and Doplex were like, I was like, this man chill as fuck.
I was like, yo, this man cute as fuck.
I want to kiss him.
And then I got added to the pond, and Kudos, I genuinely don't remember how we officially started talking. I feel like we just kind of ended up talking to each other.
Because you were friends with these guys.
A by proxy thing.
And then, when there was just kind of like, you were there, and I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cool. And then we made another group chat that was just like us four and Zenny. I didn't even really know why. I think we just like wanted, like, because we were just talking together so much, and I felt like we were clogging up the other channels. Yeah.
I rage quit the other one. Not rage quit, but I have a really stupid brain, and I can't handle being in big group chats, and I get too worked up. So I just left, and then I just made a little extra one so I could still talk to my favorite boys.
That's right. Yeah. And then I think that was when I properly started talking to Andrew, because there was like 5 of us in one chat.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone else that was in that chat.
No, yeah. And I will say, like, this is the last question. So I feel like now we can kind of bring it into a nice consolidated box. But I'm very thankful for you boys because I feel like, it was like this domino effect of events. I'm a little drunk.
Play
so
Dire Docs. Play Dire Docs.
James, play something on your soundboard too.
No, if it was anything but Dire Docs, I would for the meme.
Right.
But I love Dire Docs.
Yeah, so I feel like it was a domino effect of events that led us all down the same path into the same place at the same time, and we all created this beautiful thing, Beefboys, that has we're 20 episodes in. It's fucking insane. It still feels like it was just yesterday when we did the first episode, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful for you boys. I love you boys with every ounce of my fucking penis, cock and balls and anus. And for you watching Beef Boys and who have continued to watch Beef Boys, I also love you with every inch of my penis and my cock and my balls and my anus. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for fucking
Thank you for fucking.
Beefboys is the best shit I ever did on the internet. I like it more than my own channel, so thank
Same.
you.
I feel
coming.
like, it's one of those things we all just collectively came together. We talk all the time. We thought we might as well start this thing, and we did. And here we are, 1,000 subscribers later. I'm almost done with my drink. Let's all cheers what we got. Kudos to James. Put your penises up to your webcam.
Also, Beefboys has brought out like all the funniest people in all of our communities, and all the memes and comments and shit and stuff on the subreddit are so funny. We love you.
Oh
guys.
yeah,
absolutely.
Keep them coming. Yeah, everybody in the subreddit, y'all are fucking amazing for giving us content. Like this episode. This episode was completely created. I feel like the song is continuously getting louder.
I know it's playing Doplex out.
So anyway, I feel like honestly, it's like one of those things where you guys are just fantastic, and honestly, so much.
Yeah, I'm quitting the podcast.